man over market. Anthony Borsellino, man over market. All right, so we're all sitting here in bated breath in anticipation of Janet Yellen and the Fed today giving us an indication. I think it's a foregone conclusion that they're not going to cut the rates. Okay, I'm sorry, I see cut the rates because bonds would go up. But anyway, they're not going to raise rates today. They're not moving off zero as of yet. Okay, so the last couple of days, the market has basically been in a pattern, holding pattern. All the markets, except for crude, except for gold, which are making movements that we'll talk about. I'll talk about it as we get further into the discussion today. Number one, most important thing, 2 o'clock Eastern time, they'll release the minutes, and then at 1 o'clock, that's 1 o'clock Central time. All right, so I think that the market is still poised to rally. Yesterday, we went and we took out that 57, put another low at 53.5, which was important because we had some unfinished auctions down there. We had some single prints, and it's sort of where the market took off from on Monday evening. I think it was Monday evening. It was in the Globex session. So, and we're in that range. And once again, most important part on the top part of the range is going to be that 2072 to 2075. We get above there, and then it becomes 2100, 2120, and then ultimately 2134. So I think that's important. The other thing that I'm looking at is look at crude. I've been telling you all day, I don't think the bottom is in. I think there's some scary things out there, and one of the things that may topple this whole thing is we get some sort of default on some notes from some big players in the market, and we're going to have problems. So I think that that's an important thing we got to look at. Our day pivot is at 41.95. I've been telling you that for a month now, but I think the market, if it gets below 41.95, that we go down there and make new lows. So let's keep an eye on on crude. I think there's a petroleum report out today, so we need to look at that. Bonds are in a holding pattern. They're just in a holding pattern until we get an indication when they will come off zero, and where the what they view the economy and the state of the economy and the world economies are. Gold give us an indication that trading up higher today. Was in the trading range for the last 2 weeks, getting up higher, up into the 1175 area. I told you, I think that the gold is going back up to the 1200, 1206, possibly 1230. I don't know if we're going to do it. I think we're going to get up to 1200 by the end of the year. So we have to take a look at all those things and all those factors. Right now, you just kind of keep sitting on the sidelines until the announcement of the minutes. Okay, and we get some commentary from the Fed. So let's go to chart sharing, give you an idea of what we're looking at, and go from there. All right. Okay, let's share. All right, so let's look at overnight action based on the profile. All right, pretty well, kind of distributed on the upside yesterday after the Apple earnings came out. Twitter was a disappointment, but the Apple earnings came out. Let me put this on so that it doesn't sound so echoey. There we go. And so, we got kind of an even distribution right now. I think that the inventory was to the long side. I think we might get some flattening out, go to unchanged around 275 on the day. But ultimately, I think that the market's going to be in a holding pattern until the minutes are released. So don't get yourself chopped up. All right. Yesterday's low down here, right? It went down to 251 1/4. All right, 57 right here is what I was talking about. That's where the market went and rallied. Let me go back here a couple of days ago. All right, right in here. See this? This was the Globex on 10/22, and so this is the first time we came back and we retested this 57, went through, kind of finished this unfinished bottom here at 53.25. We still have some single prints down there. All right, we got single prints between 51, all right, down to 48.25, 48.25. So that's what I was looking for. And you know, you get it when you're in these doldrums and they trade like this. So you gotta, you know, keep an eye on that. All right. Also, on the upside, okay. Now, even though we made these single prints here during the day session, so this is really actually post-close. So we rallied all the way from the bottom yesterday. We rallied like the 10 handles from the bottom, and you know, made a higher close. So always, as usual, have to take out 2066.5 to keep going on the upside. Well, I mean, we all know that, but we need to take it out substantially. And then on the downside, we're looking at 2069.5, kind of a small range for overnight, but expected with the fact that we have the Fed minutes being released today. All right. So look at yesterday's action and taking a look at that. Our 5-minute pivot right here is at 2061.75. We got the top of value at 2059.5. We got a volume point of control at 2055.5 and the bottom value at 2054.5. Okay, kind of a tight range based on what we saw yesterday. All right, here's what we got going on economically as far as numbers. We got this is out already. MBA mortgage applications. EI Petroleum 9:30 Central Time. 2-year note 10:30 Central Time. 5-year note at 12 p.m. Central. Let me move this down. Having trouble doing that. I don't know why. But come on. There we go. I'm sorry. I just had to scroll. All right. Don't even know my own site. FOMC meeting. All right. 1 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Then down below now we have our crude numbers and our GC numbers. We're working on our bond stuff that will start coming out, be part of our daily updates and so on. All right. Important to note as far as you know. So really kind of sit on the sidelines until this afternoon. I think you're going to get a range and, you know, relatively small bracket B, bracket C, so initial balance period, and then we'll be looking for the action to start after 1 o'clock Central Time. Let's bring gold in here. All right, so looking at gold, gold was in that little tight range, as you can see. We broke out. Trading up here, high is 1175.60. We've got 1167.10 is the top of value. Volume point control 1166.40. Bull bear zone 1165.40. Value area low 1166. Yeah, 1166. Yeah. So we've got that. All right. I'm gonna try to bring in the gold year chart that I brought in. Let me see if I can find it, as long as it's a slow news day. Let me go and get that baby. Bring it in here. So as you know, we have these pivots, right? So the day pivot for us turned into a buy when the gold got back above 11, and as you can see, it's been moving up. So as long as we stay above 1114, 1113 area here, 1113.30, we're in a buy. I think that you can see that the market, you know, it's 1147. Now I know that's way down below, but as you can see, as these markets consolidate and they stair step up, as you can see, we've got the trend going up. You can see that the next area, you know, that really we need to get through here is this 1187 and then 1194, and then it'll ultimately back up to the 1206 area. So I think that, you know, that's an important thing to look at. This is basically a 1-year chart based from where we came. All right. So that's an important, you know, I'm bullish on gold, and that has anything to do, that has nothing to do with inflation and a lot to do with, you know, the uncertainty that's going on in the economies of the world. Let's look at oil next. So this is the chart I put out on Twitter earlier today. So here it is, right here. We go through here, 41.93, all right? 41.93, and I'm looking for the market to then go out and take the lows out, get back down in here to 37. So, and then it also would turn the market into a negative number meaning that, you know, I'm selling rallies again. All right, we failed to take out that gap at 55.56. Let me put that back up for here. So one of the things I was looking for was I thought that the market could get up here and take out this gap up here at 56, 58, 54 here. All right. So we never, you know, we were not able to sustain or get above the $51 mark. So it looks like we're going down to test the other end of the range. So that's something that to keep in mind. Okay, let's bring oil in for today. All right. All right, so currently oil is rallying and is trading above value. Oh, we got a nice big rally going here, 43.75. Okay, I got the bull bear zone down here at 43.20. I've got 43.09 as the top of value, 42.90 as the point of control, and 42.78 as the bottom of value. And we're trading right now about you know, what is it, 75 cents above the bull bear zone. So, so oil on a little rally, probably, you know, in front of the petroleum number could be a short covering rally based on what they're expecting when these numbers come out. So that's what we're looking at oil, and then bonds, as we expect. You know, they're rallying a little bit. You know, it's trading above value, sort of been in a tight range for, you know, basically 3 weeks now. So 158.30, top of value, 158.14, the bottom of value. I've got the bull bear zone at 157.11, and this should be up there, 58.22, money control. So it should be there. All right. So, that's what we got going on, and you know what's going to go on with bonds. No one's going to make a big bet on bonds until you know, after the Fed speaks. So that's what's going on with that. All right. Any questions over there, anything?
Just some about rotations, but I answered them.
All right.
Rotation's still 7.50.
Okay. Let me go back and stop sharing. All right. As you can see, here's my book. Here's my zany, getting in a festive Halloween mode. My grandkids bought me that mug, so I have to use it. And that's it. You know, look, we're in that point of the year. Remember, I put out that chart that this week in October usually is the week where we get the big washouts. I think, you know, for the people who follow me, I said back when we were down in the 1800s that I didn't think this was the correction to worry about. That I thought there was just a correction, and I thought the market would be up towards unchanged on the year when we were down there. I've been around trading this long enough to recognize panic and panic. That wasn't panic. That was just a little minor panic. So I think you know that there's such a different dynamic from when I first started trading. When I first started trading, interest rates were 18%. Right? My first home loan was at 17%. I know that's, you know, for some of you that are younger millenniums, and you know, my nephew over here, they can't imagine that there was 17% interest rates back a while ago. And that was like 1981, 82. So I think that the market has some really interesting dynamics now. Not only are there more participants in the market, more global participants, and you know, there are some inefficiencies, but they're terribly efficient, especially S&P market, based on the people that are trading it. these commodity markets, these oil, gold, sugar, cotton. I mean, these are historical lows, and it's natural gas the other day, down to $2. I mean, these are like unprecedented times that we're looking at this stuff. So I think that there's a lot of opportunities there. You have to take your time, be set, develop good plans. When we get our trading funding program inside, we get our trading manual out, we get all the things out. Hopefully we can mentor you guys to success, which is going to be our goal. I know it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. So we'll be out there soon. That's about it. If there are questions, make sure you send them to Anthony, and we can cover them in discussions on the next day. Also, if you have any interesting tidbits about the market or some research that you're doing you'd like to share with us, make sure you can send that to us, and we'll make it available to the community, because that's what this is about, building a good trader community. All right. And that's about it. So everybody have a good day trading. Don't get chopped up with this, with the market, trading the way it is, because, you gotta remember it's not going to do anything until after 1 o'clock Central Time. All right, everybody. Talk to you later, and see you tomorrow.